Welcome to the Fire Text Podcast. This is Tim. I'm here with the Fire Millennial Gwen and her kitten Bartholomew, who is purring into the microphone. Oh, big co-host.
Big purrs.
Big purrs.
I've got a happy kitty who needs some loving.
We are here giving kitten scritches and hot takes on the most interesting stories on the internet. We're going to jump right into it with a post from RAITAH. It's, am I the asshole for telling my ex's wife that her kids aren't my problem?
My ex's wife.
My ex's wife.
Her kids.
Her kids, not my problem.
Okay.
Everybody, all right, we got the direction, we got the connections.
Yep.
I know I'm not the asshole for most of this, by the way.
This is good.
Starting out, the waters are tainted. Like, how are we going? Anyway, my 40 female ex, Paul, 43 male, and I were together for 10 years, but have been divorced for 5. We have 3 kids, 7 male, 9 female, and 12 male. The reason we divorced is typical. I realized one day that not only was I working full-time, I was doing all of the cooking, the cleaning, household, and kid management, while he just worked and sometimes did yard work. I communicated this. He said he'd work on it. Never did. Wouldn't go to therapy, so I divorced him because I'd rather have 3 kids than 4. He didn't fight me on custody and had them every other weekend and paid a lot in child support.
You go, girl.
There you go. Get your bag. A few months after we split, he announced he was engaged to and expecting a baby with Tonya, 27 female. Yes, I got an STD test, just in case, by the way. Tonya was an exotic dancer and currently doesn't work. They had another kid, and she has a kid that's like 8. My kids do not like being at their father's house.
What?
I only speak positively about him to them, but they dislike Tonya and her son. I planned on staying single, but a year after the divorce, my old friend Bruce moved back to our city, and we reconnected as friends. It evolved, and now we're married.
Now they're more than friends.
Uh-huh.
They're friends with benefits, according to the law.
He loves my kids, and they adore him. Our house is quite happy. After they had their second kid, they sued me for 50-50 custody. I knew it was only so that they could pay less child support, not because Paul suddenly wanted to be a good dad, and I had evidence against them for a few things.
Oh boy.
He lost custody and now has unsupervised visitation. His child support went up. Oof. A few months later, I got a huge promotion and now make quite a bit more than him. But unless he goes back to court, they won't change the amount he owes. It's not my responsibility to do that. Plus, in our state, you can only ask for a recalculation every 2 years, so they can't for another year anyway. Tonya has been trying to talk to me for months, and finally cornered me at my oldest son's game. She said that they're struggling, and she knows we don't need the child support, and asked me to please consider her kids. I simply told her that their child support wasn't for me. It was for the kids from their father, and her kids were not my problem. I know, mean, but she wouldn't leave me alone. But now I'm wondering if I should have kept ignoring her, because I've always tried to be at least civil towards them for my kids' sake. So, yeah, there's a little nuance, right? She's right that she was not an asshole for at least 95% of this story.
Yeah, I mean, you push somebody and you push somebody.
Yeah.
And I don't even think she was that much of an asshole. I think she was just, like, honest.
Yeah, and it's true. Like, Tonya, the exotic dancer, the 27-year-old who scooped up her deadbeat husband, their kids are not OP's problem.
Also, can we just talk about the fact that maybe Tonya should, I don't know, get a job? Oh, we're struggling, but I don't work.
Yeah.
You could work, and then you would probably be struggling a whole lot less.
I mean, she could make like hundreds of dollars a night.
Well, now, after 2 kids?
Yeah, it's probably true. Yeah.
I don't know. You got a pretty short time limit for that. I mean, there's a market for everybody, right? So
that's the problem with 27-year-old girlfriends, you know? They age out of that system.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think she was younger than that, but no, she was 27. Yeah, the problem with 27-year-old girlfriend exotic dancers is that they become 30-year-old your wife.
Yeah.
And now you got a wife that doesn't work.
With two kids together plus her kid.
And his 3 kids.
Her kid that put her on the pole to begin with.
Oh, yeah, that's true, because she was 19.
Yeah.
18, 19. Well, I'm going to say that I'm kind of waffling towards, like, everybody sucks here.
It's almost like an unfortunate series of events that OP, because, like, OP got the promotion. Like, OP should get the money, like, put it in college funds, support her kids. Obviously, use the money that the husband is sending to support the children. That's important. It doesn't seem, this doesn't give me the vibes of like OP is going out and getting lipo with your money, right? She's buying Shorty Tyco with your money, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's not a great situation, but I think being mad at your husband's ex-wife for getting child support for their 3 children is not the right vibe here.
It's not that. Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation. Tonya came into this situation knowing that she was marrying a guy who was also disinterested in having meaningful custody of his own children.
Red flag.
And then she bred with this man.
With eyes wide open.
And had 2 more children with this man who, if Tonya ever got tired of him he would probably abandon those children as well.
You know what? I take it back. I think she has a job. She has to be with her husband.
Yeah. She has to take care of her 4 kids rather than 3.
Yep. Yeah, somebody said if you marry for money, you work every day in your life.
That's true. That is true.
She's
Tonya is working hard.
She's just working at one singular pole these days.
Oh yeah, here's top comment. I'm assuming he knew how much his child support obligation was before he knocked up Tonya? ? And OP said the $1 million question right there. We do have an edit here. Let's see if there's a redemption arc. I don't know if her ears were burning or what, but Tonya just texted me verbatim. Quote, if you refuse to pay us back the money he's forced to give you...
No. Say it right. If you refuse to pay us back the money he's forced to give you...
The least you can do is have your husband adopt him so he can sign away his rights and focus on the family that actually matters. I forwarded that to Paul and my lawyer and blocked her. God, I'll never forgive him for making me interact with this woman.
There's a long-suffering wife right there.
Oof.
She's like, I'm divorced. I'm done with your bullshit. And he's like, I'm back on the bullshit.
Right back on it.
Right back on it. Didn't even take it.
No.
Didn't even hesitate. Just boom. Okay, stop messing with things. What are you doing? There is a pile of carefully orchestrated garbage on my desk, and he's just like...
Carefully orchestrated chaos on this desk.
The pile makes sense to me. It's all about the pile. Ruining the piles.
Oh my god, it's awful.
It does need to be somewhat piled up. It's kind of sprawled at the moment.
This headphone cord is admittedly pretty short. All right. Anything else for Tonya and Paul?
No. God help them.
This is no good. We're moving on. Let's see if we can find something here. All right. This next one is from R. Am I the Asshole? It's AITA for refusing to pay to have my friend's house cleaned. I had to quickly come down to the city where I grew up due to the death of a close family member. It was a pretty spur-of-the-moment occurrence, and I had to drop things rather quickly. I informed one of my friends, and they offered to put me up for a few days. I said that would be great, but I told them I have my dogs with me, so totally understood if they wouldn't be able to. The friend said it would be fine, and they were more than happy to host me. For context, my dogs are not badly trained by any standard, but they are both large breeds, a lab and a GSD.
Yeah. German Shepherd.
German Shepherd dog. Okay. Anyway, probably something at least lap size. So, of course, can be a bit much for many non-dog owners. I'm aware of this, and that's why I usually don't bring them to people's houses. I made the 5-hour drive down, and my friend came out to greet me. When unpacking the car, I let the dogs out, and immediately they went off to the toilet, since it was a long trip. My lab went in the bushes to pee, but the GSD began to pee on the middle of the front porch. Don't ask me why, but she much prefers peeing on hard surfaces. And my friend immediately freaked out. I was a bit confused and apologized, but it's outside, so I didn't get why she was so freaked out. The dogs were fine the entire stay. Very non-eventful inside. They let me know when they needed to go out. I clean up the poo straight away. I keep them under good supervision. At the end of the trip, my friend sent me a text saying, "Hey, as you know, the house is quite messy because of the dogs. I'm going to hire a cleaner. Would you mind paying me for that?" I was a bit taken aback. The dogs had 0 accidents inside. Didn't break anything. I asked what she meant, and she explained that there was dog hair everywhere. The thing is, they are shedding dogs. I know that. And if she'd like me to vacuum up after them, I would have, but she didn't. I also don't think a deep clean would be necessary. A quick vacuum of the carpets, couch, bed, etc. would be more than enough to remove any trace. I don't know what to do. I didn't ask to stay with her. She offered. I told her about my dogs, and she was fine with that.
I'm going to go with asshole on this one. Okay.
This is wild to me that this person put you and your dogs up and is asking for $200 probably.
Max.
Right? To have a house cleaner come in.
If anything, OP should have offered, like, hey,
right.
I know that these dogs shed a lot. Like, if you want, I can try and vacuum, or, I can just give you the money if you want to hire somebody to come in and clean up, because I know that they shed a lot. Like, that, I think, is, like, fully evolved, responsible adult human.
Right.
Responsible dog owner. You can't own a lab and a German Shepherd without being acutely aware of how much those darn breeds shit.
Yeah.
Because, like, labs, their hair is, like, not that long at all, and it goes everywhere. German Shepherds, they can have really long fur. Yeah, see, German Shepherd, GSD on the outside.
It is literally German Shepherd dog. I was saying that as a joke. Ah! It's the official name of the breed.
The more you know.
German Shepherd dog. That's amazing.
But,
anyway, sorry, that was a distraction.
But, like, if you're a dog owner, like, you get immune to the smell of dogs.
Right.
But dogs stink.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I love dogs. Well, okay, I really like dogs.
At a distance, you love dogs.
I love cats. I really like dogs. But, like, if I go over to your house and you have a dog, I'm going to come in, I'm going to greet the dog, I'm going to pet the dog, I'm going to maybe rub the belly, I'm going to play with the dog a little bit, like, here's your toy, and we're going to play tug of war, here's the ball, throw it, whatever, right? Then I'm done touching the dog, and I go wash my hands. And that's it. I'm not touching the dog anymore because I don't want my hands to smell like dog.
Yeah.
Because dogs smell. Unless it just came back from the groomers.
But yeah, if money is tight here, even if money is tight,
it's still called being a good house guest.
Yeah, right. But I'm saying, like, there was going to be expenses of staying away from home anyway, right?
Yeah.
They saved a hotel room, right? A dog boarding. Even if it was just dog boarding, like,
that's $50 a day, easy.
That's enough to pay for a housekeeper to come and fix the mess that your dog made. For
2 dogs, that's like $75.
2 large dogs, yeah.
You got to go over there a couple times.
Yeah, and it's a few days, right? Like, this is, house guests and old fish stink after 3 days, right? Is that Ben Franklin quote?
Top comment is, so let me get this straight, and I say this as an owner of 1 lab, but have had 2 at the same time in the past. A friend allows you to stay with 2 large shedding dogs last minute, and you make no effort to vacuum or otherwise contribute to cleaning before you leave. I'd be so embarrassed to leave without cleaning after staying that I've paid for the cleaner in a heartbeat. You appear incredibly entitled and disrespectful to your friend and a clear asshole. Adding you're the asshole in case the asshole gets skipped by the bot. It has 11,000 upvotes. 11,000.
The next comment is, I'd be dying of shame. And that's exactly how I'd feel. I would be so embarrassed. Like, I would be looking for anything to make the situation better and show the gratitude that I have for this friend that is doing a solid, big solid, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Also, lots of people are pointing out that the host was perfectly valid for freaking out about dog pee on her front porch.
Right. Yeah, that's weird.
Like, it's acidic. It could be a problem. Also, it stinks. Who wants pee on their porch? And it's probably covered, so it's probably not going to get rained off.
Yeah.
So she's going to have to go out there with a hose and wash it off. Or a bucket of water or something.
But I think for that person hosting, that your friend coming over and their dog pissing on your porch and them not caring at all about that is a good sign of like what you've got in store for the next couple of days. These dogs are going to wreck your house.
Also, as a dog owner, I have such a bias against Dobermans. My Nana had one, and we bought a car off her. I loved that dog, but we were still pulling Dobie fur out of that car like 7 years later. It never got all cleaned out, even using industrial vacuums at the gas station. I have a German Shepherd, and every time I think of another breed I might want, I don't ever want a short-haired breed like a Dobie, because even though I like the breed, simply because as a child, I remember we could never get all of the fur out of the back seat of that car. I mean, there's a chair at work that nobody sits in a conference room because it is covered with dog fur. Like, somebody was that furry that day that you can see all of this dog fur. It's short, it's white, it's like, Bichon Frise or something. Or some sort of shedding dog. Yeah. But like...
I can't say much of that. I drop cat glitter all day at work.
Okay, but like, Bemu's fur is different. It's so long that you can just pick it off.
You can pick it off, yes. But that is interesting that they carry that much fur into work that it like... basically ruined an office chair that nobody wants to touch anymore.
Yeah, it's literally sitting in a corner. This is the corner shame chair.
This next story is a best of Redditor update. We'll give an update on this one. It is me, 26 female, with husband, 26 male of 4 years. Davis babies. He sold his truck because of our baby, and he hasn't been the same since.
Okay, but wait, can we just pause and look at what the tag is on the person who posted this to Best of Redditor updates?
Satan is not a fucking pogo stick.
Satan is not a fucking pogo stick. That's a quote from somewhere. If you know where that's at, please let me know, because I would love to know the context of that tag.
Yeah. I hope that's not just like an original thought that they had.
All right, carry on with the truck stuff.
Yeah, 26 female, 26 male, 4 years married. Got a big truck set. My husband and I have been together for 4 years and married 2 of those years. We always planned on having children, but 7 months ago we found out it was happening a lot sooner than we imagined. He bought the truck right before we met. He loved it. I guess you could say he was even slightly obsessed with it. I knew this before we started dating, and it didn't change in the 4 years we've been together. He spent a lot of money on it and continued to spend money on it. Everything he did in his spare time had to do with this truck. All his friends are truck guys like him, and he's even in this cute little truck club. Since we've been together, I don't think we've taken my car anywhere we have been together, actually. He doesn't make great money, but he likes his job and is still paid his portion of everything, so I never had trouble with his spending his little bit of extra money on his truck. We found out I was pregnant, and we were both scared, shocked, and excited. A few months ago, he brought up that he doesn't know if he'll be able to afford the truck and the baby. I didn't even know if it would be practical with how big and loud the truck is, but didn't talk about it for a while. And then a few weeks ago, he told me, as much as he didn't want to, he was going to try and sell the truck because the baby was getting so close. He said he couldn't afford the payments and the upkeep and the maintenance on the truck if we were raising a child. He was in good spirits about it and found potential buyers very quickly. He sold it a couple of days later for what he wanted and bought a car the next day. It's been around 3 weeks since he sold the truck, and he has changed completely. We are always laughing and having fun together, and I don't think I've seen him smile since. I've done everything I can think of to make him feel better and to get his mind off of it, and nothing has worked. He just comes home from work and watches TV until bed. He's mopey and just drains the energy out of the room, as mean as that sounds. I asked him why he hasn't been hanging out with his friends anymore, and he told me because he sold his truck. He said everything they did was related to it somehow, and it wouldn't be the same. Last night he told me he feels resentment and bitterness towards me, even though it was 100% his decision to sell the truck. He doesn't know why he feels that way. What can I do now to help him get past all this? Is he depressed? I just don't know what to do. I know it was just a truck, but it had more of an impact on him than I thought it would. Too long didn't read. Husband of 4 years sold his truck because he knew he wouldn't be able to afford it and the baby. Ever since, he's been acting completely different.
But, first off, let's just give a round of applause to the husband for recognizing that life was changing and he couldn't have the same lifestyle that he did pre-baby as he does post-baby.
Right.
That, good for him, you know?
He saw a problem and he did what he knew to solve it, right?
Yeah.
But it turns out that his entire personality was truck. Maybe he didn't realize that.
Big twuck stuff.
Big twuck stuff is important. And I don't have anything I'm that obsessed with that I would go to depression if I lost it. So I'm struggling a little bit to empathize fully.
I can think of one thing.
Oh yeah?
Me.
You.
You're dead obsessed with me that if you had to sell me, this is falling apart.
It was a good attempt at making an analogy.
If I wasn't here, you'd be depressed.
I'd be sad.
Yeah.
I assume he didn't fully think how this would make him feel, because it even says he was in good spirits about it and found a potential buyer really quickly, right? He was probably got the price he wanted. He sounds like he was spending all of his time maintaining and preening it, so it was probably worth a good amount of money. It performed well in the market. He was probably happy, and then just didn't realize I had built my
entirety of his life. Yeah, and this also points out the danger of having one singular focus.
Sure.
As part of your life. You need to be diversified and have friends and people that you know from multiple different ways of life. I don't think you should just have one singular activity in one group of people that you know from one activity. Because what if her husband went blind or lost his legs and couldn't drive a truck anymore,
Right. That's an interesting way to think about it. But I think there's a lot of people that are their personalities being active, and the fact that you could potentially get in a car wreck doesn't negate that you should that being active can't be part of your personality, right? Now, maybe you should have both a running club and a softball team, right? So you have that kind of diversity and you're meeting different people, but yeah, this is a tough spot, and I think there's some really good comments here I wanted to read. Sounds like it was a huge mistake to sell that truck. People don't give up who they are just because they have children. Maybe he wouldn't have had the money to keep it in tip-top shape, but who cares? Encourage him to take some of the money from the sale and buy a less expensive truck. That's something that I hadn't thought of, is because I do feel that way, that having a kid shouldn't cause you to give up the entirety of your life either.
Yeah.
Just like you shouldn't, you should have diversity in what's important to you. Your kid shouldn't be literally everything that you are. Even if it's your most important thing, it can't be your everything.
Agreed.
And OP responded to that. Yeah, I know he regrets it, but he had a $800 a month payment on it, plus everything else. I asked him why he didn't get an older and less expensive truck, and he said it would rather just have a car than downgrade from his dream truck. I'm hoping he has a change of heart and decides to sell or trade the car in for a more affordable truck. So $800 a month. That's pretty serious money. I mean, we're talking about 26-year-olds, right? So these are young people. I mean, anyone, I don't recommend you having an $800 a month car payment.
Somebody said, sounds like he not only gave up his truck, but also his social circle. Being cut off from your friends feels incredibly lonely. Maybe reach out to his truck buddies for some ideas on how to re-engage him in their circle. Maybe they can find a project truck they can all work in together. If he's close with them, then surely they don't even want him to just disappear.
Yeah.
And then,
Sure.
Original poster said, they have reached out to him to come hang out and such, but he said he would feel weird and kind of uncomfortable doing the kind of stuff they did before and not having his own truck. Somebody else also asked important question of what kind of truck did the husband have. He had a Ram 3500 Cummins. I hope he comes around and becomes okay with getting smaller, maybe inferior truck. I bet his friends are like, hey, bro, what's up? Like, come hang out with us.
Yeah. And what did they do that was so truck focused? Like, did they strap them all together and tow in opposite directions to see who had the biggest, strongest truck? Like, this is also kind of a weird social.
I mean, they were all probably like ratcheting around a garage on somebody's truck, upgrading some part and doing something.
Ram.
Oh, there's plenty of aftermarket pieces, parts to put on.
But yeah, I really did like that suggestion about like a project truck, right? Like, and then that is something you can do together, and like it's not just buffing fenders. Yeah.
Editor's note: a quick Google search for a 2012 model, brand new to the spec, went as for a high as $60,000 in 2012. Add in financing, probably negative equity, and it would definitely top $70,000.
And just for context, this is a post from 2016. So that's why the 2012 model year is still under a large loan. But honestly, an $800 car payment in 2016 is even wilder.
Yeah. I mean, that's sadly become more normal now. But that was definitely way out of pocket at that point. The man stretched to have his dream truck way before he was ready. That's what you get when you're 43. Not when you're 23.
Nope. Let's see. Should we get the update?
Let's get the update.
This is from 3 weeks later. I wanted to post an update because it's nice reading positive outcomes on here. I got a lot of responses, and it really helped me better understand what he was going through. We were finally able to have a good talk about it. He told me what a lot of you said, that the truck was his identity and part of who he was. I told him I knew he didn't want that car he bought, and he told me I was right. We talked more and eventually figured out something that would work. He sold the car he had, and we agreed he could just use mine. Our schedule works out to where he could take me to work and pick me up on time. It wasn't a big hassle, and I was going on maternity leave soon anyway. He found a totaled truck for sale, and the engine was still in good condition. It was the engine he wanted. He bought the truck for what it was supposedly a really good deal, and him and a couple of friends ripped everything out that he needed and got rid of the body. The engine is in our garage now. It took him a couple of weeks, but he found a truck to put the engine into, and him and a friend are going to pick it up this weekend. He's back to his old self again, and baby is going to be here soon, and we couldn't be more excited.
Aww.
See?
Look at that. All works out.
Right?
Baby and truck, his true love.
Yeah. We're always so hard on trucks on this.
We are.
This podcast.
Especially Ram 3500.
Yeah. This is a good truck story. It's like not that I think that OP necessarily needed a truck, because he probably is like most truck owners where you needed your truck like 2 weekends a year and you could just rent one for $20 instead of driving around a gas guzzler all the time.
Also, you have to ask, what could they possibly be doing on a brand new truck? It's a Dodge Ram. Like those fall apart pretty fast.
Oh, I see
and
what
have
you're saying.
Lots of problems that need to be fixed on a pretty regular basis.
That's fair. This is a really good problem solving. Like I am excited for the ability of this couple. Like you say, I mean, it started out with husband saying, "Oh, problem, money problem. I will make a huge sacrifice and solve it." Maybe I didn't fully think it out, but he took it upon himself to, like, I'm going to fix this truck problem. And then whenever, that kind of fell apart and husband started spiraling, OP, she came to the internet for advice, but hey, get it where you can get it. But they came up with a really good path forward to get him an affordable truck that he could use. They carpooled and went down to one car to free up some space in the budget to make it happen. Yeah, I'm bullish on the quality of this relationship and like the marriage, and they're gonna, maybe they make it.
And look at what happens when you communicate with each other.
Right? Yeah, they talked about it.
And you didn't bottle it all up inside and be like, I'm fine. I'm a manly man. I'm fine.
That's actually an interesting point that OP mentioned, is that when she talked to her husband about it, he said a lot of the same things the internet said, right? Like all the people were like, he probably feels this, this, and this. And then she talks to her husband and he says, I feel this, this, and this, right? So it's like, just talk to your husband.
Or maybe she was like, hey, do you feel like this? And he's like, yeah, I feel like that. And she's like, how do you feel like this? And he's probably like, yeah, I feel like that too.
That's true. Yeah, maybe the internet community gave them the framework to have a good conversation about it. Well, that's it's kind of a wrap for our stories here.
It is kind of a wrap.
Get the outro, and I'll ask you about your week. We'll see.
All right. Kick it.
Thank you for listening to the Fire Takes podcast. Wanted to remind you that this is an entertainment podcast. Glenn and I, not financial planners, just opinionated. There are many ways to reach us. If you just go to firetakespod.com, including email, Instagram, Reddit, YouTube. You can hear more from Gwen at fierymillennials.com. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
So what's going on with you now?
Well, I'm covered in tiny bits of squeaky styrofoam.
Styrofoam?
Because what was the tool?
Oh, that little saw?
Yeah.
I think it's like an undercut saw for doing door trim, but you were cutting styrofoam with it.
Yeah. Well, he gave me this sharp thing that said, watch your fingers, and then proceeded to hover over me and go, which he does every time he hands me a sharp object.
Anything sharp.
I don't know why he keeps handing me sharp objects.
Wanton abandon is how I describe you and sharp objects.
Listen, I have only cut myself literally a handful of times. Ew.
You still have all 10 fingers, which is amazing.
And they all work, and I only have minor nerve damage, and it's all on the same finger. So, boom, winning. No, I have done quite well lately on the reselling.
Yeah.
Made some good progress for a beginner, and have some things to send out at the old UPS store and USPS. So that's what has been occupying pretty much every single second of my brain cells.
Pretty much. Now, you still ship things out at UPS and the post office? Does eBay tell you which one you have to use?
So I have shipping policies set in place where I pick where they can pick from. Mm-hmm. So on the lighter weight stuff, the smaller stuff, I choose to go through the post office. And for the heavier stuff, I give them the option of the post office, UPS, or FedEx. But I really don't want to ship through FedEx because I have not heard good things. Then again, the whole state of the shipping business is kind of a mess right now. So somebody told me they only ship UPS right now because they don't trust the post office. So I was like, well, okay.
But did you see that movie where Tom Hanks, he delivered that package even after a plane crash?
Yeah, it's true.
So the FedEx people, they'll get most of your stuff. He did open most of it to survive on the island. But that one package, though, he delivered.
But what would he have done without Wilson, though?
That's true. It's a good thing he got Wilson.
Yeah, if you're stranded on an island, that's what I want. Wilson volleyball. What has been up with you lately?
Working Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Holy cow.
Oh, okay. So just in case your mom listens to this episode, hi. Thank you for listening. We love you. Also, Tim, can you describe the crowd that was at your mom's house for Thanksgiving?
So it was a huge crowd. First of all, it was so many people. It's like 25. Is that right?
Something like that. Yeah, close.
But yes, no, it was it's my mom, my stepdad, my former stepdad,
her ex-husband,
my stepdad's ex-wife, all of my stepsisters, and my sister. So big old extended family. It was nice. It was nice to see everybody. Met Like, I think I met my stepdad's ex-wife, right? We hadn't met her before.
We hadn't met her before. She's nice.
So, yeah. So, like, it was a crowd.
Oh, and your brother-in-law, no, my brother-in-law's mom showed up too.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah.
And somebody winced, and I told them that, and they're like, oh, that must have been like full of drama. How did it go? Like, no, are you stressed? Like, did you take all weekend to recover? And I was like, everything went great.
Yeah.
Everybody got along just fine. Like, it was super fun.
Yeah, it was completely chill.
And
good time. We watched football.
Watched the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
There was so much food.
So much food. So good.
It was all great. So yeah, no, it was a really good Thanksgiving. It's that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. So.
There was less drama at that big crowd than there was at the other side of your family that we stopped at for like an hour.
Yeah, we were only there, for like an hour. So that is interesting. I didn't think about that. But let's see. Other than Thanksgiving, this week, snow, but
so much snow.
This weekend, the day after this podcast drops, we are theoretically playing glow disc golf for the first time.
And by we,
whenever it was like early November and
80 degrees still sounded like a great idea.
You were like we, but I could see now that it's 30 and snow's on the ground. If it became me.
I feel like you probably need to be able to feel your fingers to play frisbee golf, and I can't feel my fingers when I'm outside right now. And like I feel like I might have to have a fingerless glove to do that, which again, I'm still going to have cold fingers.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's what I was talking. I was talking to Greg about that. He said that he wears a glove when he disc golfs and then takes it off, like just to throw. And then...
No, immediately no. I can't handle that much on, off, wet. No, sensory overload. Can't do it.
Well, I will. I think I have at least one person from work going. So.
How about I come and cheer you on while clutching
I'll
hot chocolate?
Sucker one of the Choose a 5 people to come with me.
Oh, yeah,
They keep saying they want to disc golf. Now's your chance.
Justin?
It's at 5 p.m. in the dark.
He's got it. I will say, though, that your...
the disc charger is cool.
Your disc charger is really cool. So they have glow-in-the-dark discs, and you don't have to, like, leave them out in the sunlight to charge. No. Some guy hand builds... like it's like
printed.
Yeah, it's 3D printed, and you just stick it in there, and it's got a UV light, and you spin it around, and it comes out so bright.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. So I'm excited about that. It is not the most ideal weather for it, but I don't know. I've just been looking forward to doing a glow round.
Wait. Yeah, okay. This is before. I was just checking. I was like, wait, is this after my knee surgery? But it is before my knee surgery. Yeah.
Oh, you thought you had like a good excuse.
Yeah, I thought I had now. Oh, I have a bum knee. Sorry, Yeah, that's the other exciting thing going on in my life right now is I'm preparing to have knee surgery. I have a torn meniscus in my left knee. It's causing a little bit of arthritis, so they're going to go in and clean all that up on my meniscus, and I get a mini retirement. I get a whole month off of work around Christmas. I'm very excited. I'm going to shamelessly plug the book. Jillian Johnsrud wrote Retire Often. I'm like holding it up next to me like the video is recording, and it's totally not. But yeah, if you want to know more about mini retirements, check out Jillian's book.
Yeah, I don't think this counts.
Oh, it totally counts.
Oh, does she talk about medical?
Oh my goodness, you need to read the book.
I've read some of it.
No, you haven't.
I have.
No, you haven't. No. You listened to her talk.
And
a couple podcasts.
I've read at least the first chapter.
Oh, wow.
I've read
wow.
What's his name's?
The Forward?
Yeah,
by J.L. Collins.
Yeah,
what's his name? Did you just what's his name? The Godfather of Phi?
I was going to re-record it after I had the name. I'd say I read the Forward by J.L. Collins, which was super interesting.
Don't believe everything you hear on the internet, people. That's all I gotta say. All right. Well, we should probably end this. So.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate you listening.
We'll catch you next time.